Hi, this is Carrie from Tone Wars. We're going to go live in just a few minutes, but before we do, I just wanted to take a few seconds to say a few things. Jared and I really appreciate when you guys tune in and interact with us when we go live. We work very hard to make sure that our live streams and our produced videos are educational and entertaining for everyone. Believe it or not, there's a lot of work that goes into our live streams and our produced videos. So if you like what you're experiencing here, here's a couple ways you can help us out. The Super Chat feature is turned on and any amount will be appreciated. Jared is also available for private consultation for a nominal fee. You can contact Jared through two of the links below. One is through our Tone Wars Facebook page and the other is through email. So thank you so much for your support. The live stream's about ready to start, so go pour yourself your favorite glass of whiskey or other libation and we'll be right with you. Cheers!
Welcome to Tone Wars. Boom, there we are.
We are live! Welcome to Tone Wars Sunday night edition. I'm Carrie and this is Jared.
The discombobulated one over here.
We had all kinds of stuff planned for you guys tonight, and at the last second,
it all went kaplooey.
It's true.
Oh, you know what?
True.
Something else just went kaplooey over here. I gotta take care of.
Yep. All right.
Yep, just 1 second, or else we're gonna have ringing all night.
Oh yeah, we don't want that.
No.
Yeah, he was gonna play some solos that he had written with his piezo, and they're like a Spanish style, very beautiful. Some of my favorite work that he's done, and he went to update the HX Stomp. Deleted all of his little tweaks and dialing in and stuff. So, surprise! And now I'm still trying to go back and find the live stream. Here it is, so I can say hello to some people. All right, I found it, and he's back. Jason Taylor, he's the first one in here. He's like, hey guys, hope you're having a great Sunday. And we are. And I hope you're having a great Sunday too.
Thank you. What's happening, buddy? Good to see you here.
Let's see, Aaron Lucas. Hey everyone, hope everyone is safe, healthy, and off to a good week. Yes, so far, safe and healthy.
Yes.
Daryl McMillan. Hey man.
What's happening? Good to see you.
And Jay's already in with his request.
Uh-oh.
Let's see, so he sent a super chat. Thank you.
Thank you.
Arnold tells my son Riley to clean his room. Oh, I think somebody needs some motivation.
Oh. All right. Well, let's see here.
Here, first.
Oh.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Everything is going to be just fine.
Yes. You guys have no idea what we just went through.
I was playing spa radio music, trying to keep our nerves down and recover. Jared's up there eating dinner.
Everything went wrong. So it was fun, but that's fine. We're hanging out with our favorite people, so it's all good. So yeah, I'm fine.
You guys see something really cool above Jared's head?
What?
I said, do you guys see anything really cool above Jared's head?
About my head? Oh, above my head.
Above your head.
Oh. Yeah, look at that.
Look at that. That's pretty. It's not pretty. That's mean looking, right? That's badass.
Pretty ominous.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, it's coming. Wednesday night, we are going full stealth. We're going to go 100-watt stealth. So, and if I have the opportunity, I'm going to hook them both up, the 50 and the 100. Yeah. And because some people are like, oh, the 100s, 100-watt amps sound better. Well, we'll find out because I'm going to hook them up to, where's my head track?
There it is.
Going to hook them up to this and switch AB them back and forth and just see if they're the same.
I love it.
Why not? When do you get a chance to do that? So,
you want to do Arnold?
Riley!
Yeah.
Come here, Riley. Look at me now.
Closer, Riley.
Put down the cookie. Come here and put down the cookie, Riley. You have to clean your room now. It's a big mess. Your room is all flabby. You must make it tight All better now. Get all your little girly toys and put them away, Riley. Put down the cookie and go clean your room. Do it now. Get to the chopper and fly to your room and clean it now. You're going to be grounded until you're 89 years old. Do it now. Come on, kill me. I'm here. There you go.
Oh, gosh. I think that was worth it.
I had to get rid of some angst anyway, so
It worked.
Took it out on Riley. Poor Riley.
Marty5 says Jared went kaplooey. Was that a fart plus? Ooh.
Uh-oh. Speaking of...
I found my fart gun. That's how you feel about the beginning of the show.
That's right.
One more.
Oh my God, that's funny. Yeah.
Fart plus.
Well, Marty, I was, he sent me some impulse responses.
Yeah.
So I had them all loaded into the HX Stomp, and I had all my piezo stuff all set up, and I was going to do a comparison with the impulse response and without to show the difference. And I talked to my friend Aaron Short about this today, and I don't want to give away too much, but because next week we're going to actually do this. So then I was like, oh, I should do a metal tone tonight as well.
Yeah.
Well, I went to dial it in, and this particular unit hasn't been updated yet. So I'm like, well, I'll update it.
You know better than that, girl.
I know.
Come on.
I updated it before a live stream. Exactly. I updated it before the live stream, thinking I'm going to be Mr. Smart Guy because I wanted to use a couple of the new pedals, the overdrive pedals and stuff. And sure enough, it erased everything.
Yep.
It completely erased it all. And it's sometimes that happens and you could create a backup. My thing is I was in such a hurry. I did create a backup, but I don't even know where it's at in my computer. Yeah. And it was just one of those things where I'm like,
yeah, it's done.
It's done.
I'm done.
It's too late.
He's like, Carrie, it's a hang. Go find some comments.
So I dialed in a metal tone for tonight, just real quick to show you guys what this thing can do. And I literally dialed it in without even checking it. I dialed it in on the computer with the software, and I didn't even play through it. I'm like, I'm just going to dial it in, put in one of my favorite impulse responses, and just go by what I remember how I like things, and we're going to hear it tonight.
Well, and I think I always say this, that's the beauty of it, but it really is. Yeah. If you don't like it, there's some knobs and stuff right there.
Yeah, there's knobs.
We're not doing a live concert, you know. It's a gear channel, and you've got some gear, and you're gonna tweak it, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a first look. So we're just gonna literally I dialed this thing in with the HX edit, and because I still even have the cable hooked up to the computer, I dialed it in from the computer, and I just. We'll see what happens.
Great. Well, we have a few more comments. Let me get to some of these because there's some good stuff in here.
Oh, good.
Hello, Christopher. Happy Sunday.
What's happening?
Dust Devil. Hello.
Hey, what's up, man?
Let's see. Jean Claudio.
Jean Claudio.
Good to see you both, he said.
Yeah.
I was going to say nice to see you, too, but it can't.
We can't see you.
Nice to see you in the chat.
Yeah.
Neil Blues is here.
Sweet.
Playing
what's
the
going
horns.
on?
Brad Shimke.
Hey,
Called
Brad.
you Dr. Chugs.
Dr. Chugs.
Sean Hockey. Sean from Youngstown, Ohio.
Hey.
Rock out, my brother and sister.
What's going on, man?
And then we had a very special super chat from Gunnerman.
Oh.
He said we had our feast for our baby boy Gage today. Now to relax and watch your show.
Oh, good to see you, buddy.
Yeah,
Congrats.
Congratulations again.
Yes.
I love that name, Gage.
That is a cool name. Gage is a really, he's going to be a stud.
Oh, let's see. Jason said he's sure there are a lot of expletives flying around the room before you went live.
No, I was singing songs from, the Family Van Trap. That's what I was
from
doing.
The Sound of Music.
Yeah, exactly.
The hills are alive.
What was that?
Oh, it might
Your
be
batteries
dying.
are dead. Your fart
That's
batteries.
so wrong. I've had this for so long, and
you gotta get some batteries.
crapping out on me right now.
There you go.
Let's see. Jim Sieben is here.
Hey, what's up, man?
Jay said about his son, he said he's laughing and mad at him at the same time for having you do that. And
Get
Riley,
to your room. Clean it.
Riley also has the same fart gun.
Oh, he does. Put down the fart gun and clean your room.
Yes. Fart in a bucket. Yeah, Sean Hockey was referring back to my fart in a bucket.
You should do that. You should get a bucket down here and point it
fart in
at
a
the bucket.
Man. Sean Casey is here. And then somebody asked up, let's see, MP Prater 86, maybe that's his name.
Oh, yeah. I've seen him before.
What in-ear monitors are you using?
These are the KZ AS10s. Yep, you can get them on Amazon. I post links every once in a while for you guys, but maybe after the show's over I could do that. I had to
look at mine. I had to look at what I'm like, and mine are West Tone Customs.
Yeah, she's got the customs.
Yes.
Yeah, she's spoiled.
Somebody splurged.
Yeah, somebody splurged.
Last time we were at Gear Fest, and I ended up with some custom in-ears. And they really are, as long as you put them in right. I know I was complaining about them a couple weeks ago. I was like, I gotta get these out. I didn't have it in all the way. It was stuck, and it was uncomfortable because it wasn't in all the way.
Oh, well, you gotta...
Duh.
You gotta... Duh?
Duh. That's my favorite one.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Let's see. Marty 5. Also, all those acoustic IRs need some evaluating. Starts with the 48K on the Helix or load the Kemper packs.
Gotcha. Yeah. So, I had them all in there, and I loaded a bunch in anyways. I loaded probably like 30 or 40 of them in there. And I had everything all set up. I literally, that's why I got this here. I had all the backing tracks set up and everything, and it was like...
You guys are missing out on some beautiful music,
wah,
too.
Wah.
But it's just a teaser for next week.
Yeah. So next week we'll do it. And I apologize. It literally...
Daryl McMillan says to check
apart.
the Line 6 folder in your My Documents. The latest updates automatically back up your unit there.
Yeah. Yep, they do. You're right, and thank you. I literally, though, that's why we're late, because we slid into the episode tonight. Yeah. Everything, and I just dialed... So what I did is I dialed in a metal tone with the new update. So I'm like, oh, I got my King of Tone pedal, I got that, and I got the rev and this and that. So I'm like, dialed it in. I'm like, okay, save. Okay, now let's go get the piezo one. And I'm like, where is it? It's gone. I can't find it. And I'm like, you know what? I don't have time to deal with it right now, because all I'm going to do...
Or the nerves.
is get frazzled. So I'll just play a quick rev preset that I made on the computer. I haven't even heard it yet. Let's hear it. Let's see what it sounds like. Mute the mic here. Not bad.
Not bad. It's not what I'm used to hearing from you, but it's not bad.
Not bad at all for just literally blind dial-in. I want to make it a little edgier, but I mean, other than that, that's a pretty good start. I mean,
for a first look at the HX10.
Yeah. This actually sounds pretty darn good, man.
Are there Helix presets you'd recommend for the fart machine?
Good Lord.
That's funny. I actually thought that was a legitimate question. I didn't read it all the way through. I was like, oh, well, what are the... Funny, Aaron. Gravel Rock says, what's up, guys? And thanks for listening from a couple of our new tunes.
Oh yeah, he sent his whole new album over.
Yeah.
By the way, I listened to it while I was watching trucks the other night, and it sounds really good. You guys did a kick-ass job on it.
Sean Hockey, do you only play 7-string Music Man?
Pretty much. Yeah, I mean, once I started playing 7-string guitars, I transitioned into them, and then now 6 strings feel foreign to me. I just feel like I'm lost on a 6-string, and the necks feel really small now, and it feels weird. I just love having that extended range. I think 6-string guitars are amazing. I think I still have one, but I don't play it very often. I was gonna play it tonight.
Were you?
And then, yeah, for the quickening.
Oh yeah.
So, but everything fell apart.
It's the brownwood one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Was hanging right here until everything went kaplooey on me. But, so yeah, I mainly play the 7s because I just love that deep, throaty kind of sound that you get. And my favorite tuning is a half step down. You know, but the B, the low B has dropped a whole step on top of that too. So.
Does that in any way, did you do that because of my vocal range?
No.
No? Okay.
No, I just love how it sounds.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I really
didn't know
do.
if that made a difference because you used to play your Ibanez guitars and, you know, our songs were different.
Yeah, well, I discovered the what did I do? I discovered the Ernie balls, and then I think my first Ernie ball was it the 7-string? I think it was that the JP15. Yeah, it was. It was the JP15. And that thing is just gorgeous. It's a 7-string, and I started writing more music on that. And then I just once you hear the rich kind of tone and the depth that you get out of those guitars, you really don't want to ever go back. I mean, it's just so much richer, but that's just for me and my taste, you know. Everybody's different.
Jay Croft says that's another reason you should add a Rev 120 to your collection. Are you selling one?
No, that thing will be pried out of his cold dead hands.
The red one, right?
Yeah, he'll never sell that.
By the way, how did you like the Scrumpies? He had messaged me yesterday asking what the name of it was, and I wondered how you like it.
He better have liked it. That's some good stuff.
It's a manly cider for sure, right?
It's very good.
Woo! Don't tell me before you do that.
Oh, is it too loud?
There's a huge difference between talking and playing
so
volume.
Weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, my in-ears are my thing's acting up back here. My pack.
Batteries, maybe?
Yeah, no, it's a brand new batteries. Every once in a while I get interference. You get interference on yours? It's all weird for a couple seconds. Yeah, mine does sometimes. Drives me nuts.
Sean says, "Whoa, easy."
Yeah.
It was great. He liked it. Great.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it's serious. It's my favorite cider. And you get a big old bottle of it.
All to yourself.
All to yourself. But it's delicious. It's rich and full, and I don't know. It's just a manly cider. You can't see through it, like it's murky.
Yeah, it's the best cider.
Yeah.
And remember we had it on tap after a video shoot? Oh man, couldn't get enough.
We needed it.
Yeah. It was flowing that night, man. We couldn't get enough of it. It was great. Yeah.
Jason Taylor says, "I know you like the Tone Sovereign now, but Fractal just added the Precision Drive in their latest update. Hopefully Line 6 will add it as well at some point, and you can compare it with your pedal."
Dude, thanks for commenting. That's great. I mean, the Precision Drive will always be one of my favorite overdrive pedals. Yeah. I just think it's a genius pedal. I think they did a great job with it.
Nice.
Yep. It's got that nice edge to it with all the amps that I play.
Oh, perfect. Jay says his was only available as a small 4-pack. So you had the canned kind instead of the bottled kind? Because the canned kind
bottle's better.
It does not compare to the bottle.
Yeah, bottle's better.
Oh, no. We have to go find the bottle for you.
Yeah, next time you come out, we'll go get it, because that place right down the street has it.
Yeah.
Yep. It's good stuff, man.
Brad Shimke says, it's a Chinese fire drill. Time to switch. Carrie plays guitar and Dr. Chug sings.
Oh, God.
You don't want to hear him sing.
You do not want to hear me sing. Nope. I am not a singer. That sounds better than me singing. I can tell you that right now. That sounds way better. Yep. If I could sound like that, I would sing.
He said no, it was still in bottles. They have little tiny bottles now?
I guess.
They must.
Yeah. Well. You'll have to go get some.
You still have to drink too, then. Andrew Stonerock, sorry, just got here. Literally just wrapped up a recording session.
Oh. Hey, what's up, man? Good to see you.
We were going to record yesterday. We were at the studio in the parking lot. And the owner, sound engineer, called us and was like, should we say something?
Go ahead.
Do you want me to say it?
Yeah, just say it.
He's like, a family member of mine is going to get tested for, can we say the word?
The
thing that's happening right now.
That's
the big thing that's like all over the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're sitting in the bass player drove up from
3 hours.
Yeah, Ohio, and holy moly.
Yep. And we're just sitting there going, what do we do?
Dude. Yeah, he's like, they were in the studio all day yesterday. He's been hanging around with them, and it's up to you guys. I'll still come in and clean everything, wear masks, blah blah blah. And we just decided
it's not worth it, man.
No.
I've
such a bummer.
After what I went through, I don't know if I'm immune or not, but I don't want to take a chance because I don't ever want to go through that again. And her and John, same thing. They haven't had it, and I'm just like, you guys don't want this. Trust me.
Yeah.
I don't
want to pass it around.
You saw what it did to me.
I did.
Oh my God, dude!
I was a zombie.
I was a zombie for 10 days.
I was gonna say Walking Dead, but he wasn't even walking.
Yeah.
He was in
his room.
I
slept for 10 days.
Even delivering groceries and stuff. I would go to the sliding door in the back of the house.
Put him in.
And throw him in the door. He'd come sit at the table that's right on the other side of the door and lay his head down on the table.
I was so tired.
I
had nothing, man.
It was bad.
Yep.
Oh, so. But it was. I see Andrew Stronach's like, oof. We were so excited to finally get to record. We were going to do 3 songs, and
I had my guitar solo all ready.
Yeah. And he drove all that way, but we rescheduled for a month out. He's going to clean the studio, wait the 2 weeks, see what turns out with himself, and I guess better safe than sorry.
Yeah, I don't want to risk it, man. So I was like, nope, sorry. And then, so we just came back here and had band practice.
Yeah.
So it worked. We got some good food.
We didn't waste the day. We got some good food.
Yeah, we got some good food and had band practice and made a day of it anyway. So it was fine. It worked out. But,
Daryl McMillan says Carrie should play and you can, as Arnold, can sing Let It Go.
Let It Go.
The thing is, he doesn't let anybody touch his guitars. So
nope.
He's not handing me that guitar.
Nope. People come over, hey, can I play your guitar? I'm like, you got belt buckles, you got rings, you got necklaces, you got this, you got bracelets. Yeah. Take all that crap off. You have to be naked. Here.
Right. Wait a minute, you're not naked.
Yeah, but it's my guitar, though.
You can break it, but nobody else can.
I don't have all that stuff on. I don't belt buckles. I don't
got buttons.
Yeah, but they're not going to scratch it. Yeah. So.
Well, let's see. We got a new person. I haven't seen this name before. Blood Reina.
Oh, hey.
Hey, I probably said that wrong. Blood Reina.
What's going on?
If not, maybe that was right. I says, hi, do you like Black Sabbath? Can you get Lamy Tone with all your modern gear? Play something or inspired by?
Well, Black Sabbath?
And you don't have all your gear hooked up today.
It's Iommi. It's Tommy Iommi Tone. I mean, yeah, I think I can get some of that. Let me think here. I know if I play anything by any artist right now, we're gonna get demonetized. That's the problem. Rick Beato's fighting for us all, so we can actually start playing covers again on YouTube. And until then,
thank you, Rick.
Yeah, every time you play 3 chords from anybody's music, they come after you. And
is it 3 chords? Is that the?
All it has to matter is it has to be
patterned,
like a patterned. Yeah, and there's bots out there, there's algorithms, and they pick up on it, and they're like, demonetized. We're taking all your money, and they give it to the publisher.
Do you have a past episode that Blood Reina could check out that has any sounds similar to Black Sabbath?
Not really.
Okay.
It's not something I go for when I dial stuff in, but I know I can achieve it.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is like Tommy Iommi's sound is a classic, darker, kind of almost mushier kind of sound. It's doomy. It's got a moth in here.
You can tell we're both ADD. We're like both of us.
Don't don't mind us. But yeah, I mean, you know, I kind of grew up on Sabbath. My favorite Sabbath stuff, honestly, was when Dio was with them. You know, Neon Nights. I liked all that stuff. I mean, that was my kind of, you know, jam with Sabbath. I preferred them with Dio. I know I'm probably not in the majority with that, but I mean that's just the way it is. Because Ozzy was their original singer, so
Yeah.
I just think Dio was a way better singer, and I liked their music better with Dio. You know,
Blood Raina said inspire. Anything maybe. I'm not sure what she mean. He, she. Sounds like a she, the rain apart to me. So I'm so sorry. I'm assuming. Jay Croft says, what is your favorite Dream Theater record and why?
Oh, good question. I think that Images and Words will always be like one of my big inspirational albums because it was like my kind of the gateway drug to Dream Theater's all their stuff. I would have to say that's one of my. I can't really pick a favorite because it changes, but I'll give you a couple. Images and Words, without a doubt, absolutely. Black Clouds and Silver Linings, absolutely one of my favorites. I love a lot of stuff on there. Scenes from a Memory. If you don't like that album, then you don't like Dream Theater. I mean, that was the one that was like. That was their 2112. That was the one that launched their career, just like 2112 did for Rush. So that one, and I honestly like their latest one a lot too. I think their latest one's really freaking good. So,
are you excited to hear your rock gods new?
Oh, the new album, yes,
the new album with the old drummer, right?
Yeah. John and Mike are together on the John's solo album. So yeah, and I honestly I'm
gonna be super excited here too because it won't have vocals.
Yeah. That's right. You're not a big fan of the vocals.
Not a big fan of the Dream Theater vocals.
Yeah.
But I love the music.
Yeah.
As long as they don't sound like a carnival.
Yeah, they do have their carnival moments, don't they?
Moments. Scott Schultz says Time Machine.
Time Machine. Oh, were you talking about the Rush Time Machine tour, maybe?
Maybe. I don't know. He just says Time Machine. I thought maybe that was a Dream Theater album that he liked.
No, it's not an album that they have. There's no Time Machine.
Scott, do you care to expand on your Time Machine?
Regale us, Scott, with your Time Machine comment. Thank you.
We've got some one-word comments tonight that I'm like, it's probably because it time lapses. We're commenting on something.
We miss them. Yeah.
Yeah. Daryl McMillan says the latest Dream Theater is awesome, and the concert for it was as well.
Oh yeah, it was awesome. It was really, really good.
Scott Schultz says Black Sabbath. Was there a Time Machine album from Black Sabbath or a song that was his favorite?
I don't know. I'm not super familiar with Black Sabbath to be able to tell you what that is, to be honest with you. I like the one they did with Dio, and that was kind of it for me. The other stuff, I mean, Iron Man and
it's
Sweet Leaf and
song.
And all that stuff. I mean, it's good stuff, but back then, I was so into Rush and 2112 and Tom Sawyer and Red Barchetta and, Camera Eye and just all that stuff. I just kind of, once I discovered Rush, it was pretty much, that was it for me because I loved all the different changes and stuff.
Jay Croft brought it all together for us. He says Time Machine was a Black Sabbath tune from the Dehumanizer record with Dio.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Gotcha.
Thank you. Thanks for bringing us full circle on that.
Thank you. Yeah, I liked the one with Dio when they had the earlier one with Wishing Well. They had Neon Nights. I can't remember some of the other songs, but I just loved that album with Dio. Every song on there is just freaking amazing, And they changed their music for him. They went. It was a little more up-tempo and energetic. With Ozzy, it was kind of doomy. Mm-hmm. And then with Dio, it was more, just like I said, it was a little brighter. It still had that nice darkness to it, but it wasn't like doom and gloom kind of stuff like they had with...
You definitely like the brighter tone of music. You like it heavy, but you like it to have a brightness to it.
Yeah, and I like heavy but not doomy, if that makes sense. I don't mind heavy and angry, but I just don't like doomy kind of... Like War Pigs, the beginning of that. It's just like, it's so dark, and like, if you're in the mood for it, it's great. But there's just times where I'm just like, not today.
Andrew Stonerock says, are you guys anywhere near Pictured Rocks? I'm heading up there for vacation in like 2 weeks.
Pictured Rocks?
We're not near Pictured Rocks. It's up north.
Oh, never heard of it.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's in the UP or if it's just really far up north. Is it in the UP, Andrew? Are you going to the UP of Michigan?
The Upers.
But it's not. I was just talking about going to Pictured Rocks last week, and I can't remember where. I'm not going, but they're beautiful. And you should, if you're there, please kayak around it. I've seen videos and pictures of friends that have been there, and it's gorgeous. We're like, if it's just up north, we're probably 3 hours.
Or it might be on your way.
3 or 4 hours,
right?
maybe on your way. Yeah. So here we are, Michigan. We're like right here.
Yeah.
In Michigan. It's the mitten.
Thank God we don't live in Italy.
I know.
I live right here. Yeah.
That's funny. Let's see. Mule Blue says Heaven and Hell Mob Rules.
Yeah, that stuff was just awesome. Heaven and all that stuff. It was just such a great album.
Andrew Stonerock says it's by the lake. Yeah. Well, we have lots of lakes. Surrounded by lots of lakes. We just got to figure out which one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chad Boston, thank you for the super chat.
Oh, hey,
and
what's
hey,
up?
What's up? Yeah.
Good to see you. Thank you very much, Chad.
Well, do you want to play a little something there? We're caught up on the
Yeah, I mean, I could just, I don't have anything dialed in. I mean, I literally just picked this preset.
We'll talk
I just
a little, and I'll try to go find some viewer comments.
So I made this preset. Let me do this. Let me just get this little guy up here in front of me. And I'm really not familiar with this product yet. I did it all on the computer, so I want to see if I can. Okay, so I got the delay off right now. So I just put the ping pong on there. Got to turn your thing down.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds pretty freaking good. I just gotta... Let me find what I gotta do here to make it sound a little better. I just need a little more bite. There's one of the things.
I love that you're just dialing this in live.
Yeah.
It's great. He wanted to have it all done, but I'm like, it's a gear show, and it's your first look at it.
Yeah, why
so
not?
You're seeing what he goes through with the first look at something.
Pretty much, right? So I'm gonna knock these mids down. Take that there. All right, let's see what we got now. There we go. Yeah, not too shabby, man. It's yeah, like I said, this is literally a first look. Literally. Alright, so now I got the Tone Sovereign up here, clipping overdrive. I always gain mod normal, higher. Boy, I'm definitely got to change some stuff here. I think now it's going to be even more to my taste. There we go. One of the other things I really like is, let's see if I can actually do this. Delay, reverse, pitch.
I'm just looking for viewer comments from our last episodes to talk about later.
Oh, you're good. I'm just trying to find digital with mod. I think that's the one. I like the modded delays. I think they're really cool. It just adds some nice character, to to some of your rhythms and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I just love the mod. I use it on the Kemper. I use it a lot. I try not to overuse it. Let me see if I can find. That's probably a good mix level. Rails on. This thing's pretty easy to use. I'm starting to get to know it. You guys are literally watching me use this. Like, I did it all on the computer earlier. Now I'm kind of like, all right, this is all making sense to me. Let me see how this mod delay sounds. Yeah, pretty freaking cool, man. Not too shabby. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff on here. This is a powerful little pedal. It really is. I mean, this is definitely...
What's your signal path?
Oh,
Marty5 says, list the amp settings, signal chain, they can't see.
Well, basically, what I have going on here... Let me go back to ping pong. So, basically, I'm going from the HX Stomp directly into the Line 6, mixer. It's the M20D.
So it's pretty direct.
Yeah. So this, it's just going right into the mixer and right into the interface out to you guys. So there's no pre or post anything. It's just straight out to you guys. Not using any amps or anything. It's just all the pedal with an impulse response. And in the pedal, what you're getting is turn the gate on. There we go.
There it is.
I just turned the gate on the pedal.
And there's no noise.
You can hear, like, look at that. Off. On.
Nice.
Isn't that nice? And I didn't have to adjust the gate. It's already pretty well adjusted. So.
Can we say a quick hi to Brett Murphy?
Oh, what's up, buddy?
He said he finally made a show again. What's
Cool.
up, y'alls?
Good to see you, man.
I was thinking about you the other day. I'm like, we haven't seen him around.
Yeah. We got to have a get-together with old Brett. It's been a bit.
Yeah.
It has. And then I have the Rev Gen Red, which is the Rev, the Red Rev channel, the red channel of the Rev amplifier. And then I have a Live Ready Sound impulse response, and then I have ping pong delay now. I reselected that. So, yeah, so it's pretty simple, nothing too crazy. And I set it up again without even checking it. I just this is kind of what I like. And then I just have to fine tune it live, and that's what I did. So I guess you're right. I mean, it's kind of cool. Like, there's a testament to how easy this is. Like,
What was that you said again?
I said you were right. Yeah, and we have it on record. Carrie was right. I mean, look how small this is. It's like the size of two little stomp pedals, stomp boxes,
it is.
And I'm going to be making some, some 4 cable method presets for this, and they'll be on Line 6's store very soon. I'm officially on there, but I don't have anything up yet because I've been literally slammed with business trying to get everything done with my pressure washing company. So, and I'm starting a pressure washing channel. So it's like, it's pretty crazy. But yeah, I'll be using this. When I use, I'll use this Wednesday night with the Stomp.
Nice.
It's so nice to be able to bring this little thing downstairs and just go, that's all I need. Yep, done. So that's going to be fun.
There's a lot more room
Mm-hmm.
Your aircraft carrier.
I know, man. My aircraft carrier board takes up the whole front of us, both sides.
It does.
It's insane.
He's
man.
like, hey, don't step over here.
Yeah.
You stay over there.
Seriously, the board that I use for my Helix, because I have all this extra stuff on it, is longer. It's wider than my guitar. It's literally, it's like this wide. It is huge. You know. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. So let me hear this real quick.
Woo, 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 woo. See, we don't need you.
We don't need
that.
you.
I can do that.
Yes. Where's your fart gun? Yeah, it's No, that's so cool, and it's got all this I/O on it too. Like you got all this here, the effects return, send in and out, and you also have MIDI. So it's got MIDI, so it'll work all my amps. So I can control my EVH Stealth with this. So this little thing right here could be the sheepdog for all these right here. It'll control all these. It'll control this. It'll control this. It'll control that. It'll control every single amp I have here. This will control and add effects to.
Nice.
This little thing. So if you're looking for like a really small, like look how small that is.
Yeah.
You know.
And it has enough options.
Oh yeah,
to make you happy.
Yep, it's got plenty of options, and I'll prove it on Wednesday. And even by itself, it sounds pretty darn good. But you know how I am with the amps. I love my amps. I plug it into one of these, and I use the effects. This thing's gonna be magic with my amps. I love it.
Daryl McMillan. When I travel, I take the Stomp headphones and an instrument cable in the gig bag of my Strandberg Bowden. Is that a thing?
Yeah, it's his guitar, yeah.
Under 12 pounds total.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
You know?
Blood Rain, I see your question. We'll get back to that. Let me, because we're kind of in a thing. Stone Rock, I'm hoping we get a 5153 or Omega in Helix sometime soon.
Oh, yeah. That would be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that really would be nice.
Okay, so Blood Raina says, it's kind of off topic. I would like to put my 7-string guitar in C sharp, but I can't find the way to not break the first string. Any tuning suggestions? Maybe something alternative, but not lower than C sharp.
I know exactly what you're talking about. You want to go with 11s. I would go with their 11. Ernie Ball makes an 11. I think it's 11 heavies. Because I have that 6 string upstairs, that's tuned to C sharp standard. So it'd be the same thing with the 7 string. It's got one extra string.
Yeah.
You have to get 11s, man. I already tried it with others, and what happened is they got real floppy. I mean, they will literally flop right off the neck if you have to go with a heavy gauge.
Yeah.
So go with 11s. You'll have to get everything readjusted, though. So I hope you really like that tuning, because once you do it, the neck, the bridge, everything's going to have to get adjusted to it. I'm surprised he's breaking strings, though. Like, you'd think they'd... Yeah, that's weird. I hope he's not tuning up to that, because that would be crazy. Probably down, but yeah, you want to get 11 heavies. You know, I wish I had a pack down here. I could show them to you, but I don't. Not on the bench over there. But it's a yellow package. So look for the yellow package for Ernie Ball, and that they'll be on there for you.
Great. Let's see. Kevin Boyle. Hello, everybody. Good to see you're back. Your Crimson Revenant present is awesome.
Oh, the preset. Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you very much.
I'm glad you knew what that meant.
Crimson Revenant. Yeah, it's the preset I made for the Helix.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yep, worked really hard on that, and I teamed up with Live Ready Sound on that. He made the IRs. Yep.
Hi, Tanner. Says, can the HX Stomp change amp channels?
Yes, it can. Yeah, absolutely, because it has MIDI right here. What's it on this side? So you have MIDI in and out. And you also, let me see if I have... What else would I have? Let's see here, foot switch. Yeah, right here. You also have a foot switch out. Okay, what's nice about that is, okay, so you have an amp like this right here with the Mesa. The foot switch input is right here, so it's a 1/4-inch jack. Now, this amp does not have MIDI, but with the foot switch out on the Helix or the HX Effects or the HX Stomp, what it will do is you choose tip, ring, or sleeve, and it will change the settings, the channels, and everything on amps like this that take a tip, ring, or sleeve input on the 1/4-inch. So it really will change your channels, and it's pretty easy to program, especially if you're doing that. It's just tip, ring, or sleeve, which is awesome. MIDI gets a little more complicated, but that's not because of the product. It's just because of the language. But once you figure it out, it's easy. Like I got my, I'm controlling this right now with my HX Effects, and this Stomp will do it as well. So, yeah, cool. It really is a great product.
Marty5 says, come on, think of a Tone Wars related handle that is unique. Create the account and fill the Line 6 store, then save those pennies for a new amp switcher. Or a pair of boots, he says.
Or a pair of boots. Yeah, man. Yeah.
I have so many boots lined up right there on those shelves.
Oh, she do.
So many boots.
So many boots. Yep.
Like 3 more. 3 to go.
Yeah.
2, because the top one's not yours.
No,
you're borrowing
that's not mine. Borrowing. Yeah, this is given to us by just to borrow till Thursday for the next episode by Motor City Guitar. Motor City Guitar is an awesome store. Marty literally sent me a picture this afternoon. Hey man, I just got this in. If you want to demo it, on my way.
Yes.
Why wouldn't I? So yeah, I will definitely be on Line 6's marketplace very soon. I'm hoping to do it this week because I don't think I have a lot booked this week, do I, for my pressure washing stuff?
He looks at me like I know.
Yeah, like you know. You don't know. No.
I don't know.
Yeah, this week I'll be on there because I don't have anything booked yet. Great. But then I'll get 10 calls tomorrow, and so we'll see.
Tanner says, sweet, I figured I'd need the full Helix for that. Nope.
Nope, you can do it with... make sure you double check everything that I say. Okay, now the reason
you need a fact checker like Facebook.
Yeah. Oh hell no. Nope. But this is Expression foot switch. Yeah, I'm about 98% sure this Expression out foot switch would probably do it. But what I can say for sure though is you do have MIDI. So if your amp takes MIDI, then you don't have to do any research. This will control your amp. It guaranteed will. So you just need MIDI. So
Blood Raina came back in, said, but in the first string I think I would need a 7 gauge because it would be 1 tone higher than standard B. I want standard C sharp instead of standard B. So tone higher all the strings, 1 tone higher all the strings.
Interesting. Yeah, you might have to get some kind of hybrid set, and maybe you might have to buy single strings here and there for different things depending on what you want. I try to avoid that kind of stuff because every time I change strings, it's like, oh god, now I got to go buy this and I got to buy that. But everybody's got their own. It just depends. If it's that important to you, I totally understand, and you got to get what you got to get because I totally get that. I like buying one package and just being done, but that's just me.
They say I ask you because you're an expert in 7-string.
Oh, well, thank you. You're too kind. I know enough to get myself in trouble. I can say that. That's probably about it. I have these are 10s. I got 10s on this. This is a standard B, 7-string. The purple one is dropped down, but it's the same. It's just a half step, so it's the same. It's the same string. So.
Sean Hockey says, off topic, but I'm addicted to pressure washing. It must be a guitarist thing. That's funny.
I am too. I've been addicted to pressure washing for 21 years now. It's been a long, long career, and I'm extremely grateful for it. And what's funny is I posted, I'm in a lot of pressure washing groups too on Facebook, and so I posted in there the other day, I'm like, I wonder how many people that want to just have like a smaller kind of owner operator type business like I have would want to have a channel that was geared towards that, and a lot of people said they would love that. So I'm like, well, I guess I'll create a channel for that too, because it's another passion of mine. You know, it really is.
It'll be a really good outlet for you too to complain about things, and I don't have to hear it.
I ain't going on there to complain. I ain't going on there for that. Plus, what would we talk about? No, that's really that's really something that I'm passionate about, and I actually went and looked, and there's definitely some channels out there, but I'll just say this: there's a lot of really bad information. So I want to.
Pressure washing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's bad, and I want to just kind of go out there and at least give somebody a source where it's a lot of guys talking a lot of smack. I'll just say that, and they're not right about things. So
Berserkerland Studios. Hey there. He says, I just got my first 7-string for my 50th birthday a few weeks ago. Strange beast after playing a 6-string for 32 years. Right?
No, congratulations and happy birthday, man.
Happy 50th.
Yeah, absolutely. In 20 years when I turn 50, I only hope to... it went right over your head, didn't it?
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
I said in 20 years when I turn 50, I hope to have a 7-string as well. Gross. Nice. No, seriously, like when I turn 50, I'd love to have one of those for my birthday too. That'd be awesome.
He's 51.
Yeah, I'm 51.
Just so y'all know.
Just so y'all know. But I don't act like it. But no, congrats, dude. And it is weird when you first play them. Like when I first started playing 7-strings, it felt weird to me too. But the more I played it, the more I completely fell in love with it and was like, man, I could see so many options here, so many things. And then you just start writing riffs, and a lot of times I would still write on my 6-string, but then I would take that same song and I would convert it over to the 7-string, and I always preferred it on the 7-string because I can add those lower, throaty, nasty notes, and it just made the song sound thicker and meatier. So I was like, I guess that's the guitar I'm going to be playing from now on, and I'm just used to them now.
Yeah. Do you want me, let's see, Jaycroft, I do a lot of fast picking rhythm stuff and can't stand floppy strings. I don't do many bends or leads through, so it works for me. I think they're all talking to Blood Raina about how to tune his with the strings. And... Yeah,
you want a stiffer, you don't want them to be too floppy and too flubby, because it just, especially when you're down here, you know, you'll do this. You'll be pulling them off the neck because they're not stiff enough to stay on. So every time you grab the string, it'll just flop right off the neck really easily, and oh my god, it drives me nuts. So you need some rigidity there.
Party 5 says, and you can control keyboard shortcuts through USB, like start, stop, record on your DAW, or play pause on YouTube.
Oh no, you can with the HX products, the Helix and stuff. Yeah, they actually put all that in there. I don't know if you guys saw my interview or our interview with Eric. Yeah, we interviewed Eric Klein from Line 6, and one of the questions that we asked him, remember that? I was like, what was your main goal when you created the Line 6 Helix? And he was like, I wanted it to answer emails. I wanted it to send a fax. I wanted it to answer the phone and send a text. I mean, it was his way of,
he was
like,
being facetious, but
analogies, you know. But he was like, I wanted it to be the hub of your rig. Yeah. So in other words, you could plug this thing into your guitar rig. It'll control your amp, add effects to it, add routing, add switching, and if you want to play along with YouTube videos, it'll literally pause and play YouTube so you can play along with backing tracks on YouTube and stuff like. Yeah, it's just such an amazing piece of gear. Now, some of the stuff that's on there, some guys might be like, well, I'd never use that. But then there's other people that'd be like, finally, a product that has that. So it's like, it really is kind of, in a way, a one-size-fits-all kind of product, because it really does do so many different things, you know.
Tanner wants to know if you ever got into baritones.
I wanted to. I think one of these days I will get a baritone guitar, because you can use I mean, basically, you can use it's a longer neck, so it's a longer scale length. So you don't have to get the big heavy strings. You know, it keeps the tension there. So one of these days I will, but I'll probably feel lost on it because it's a longer neck. I'll feel like this.
Yeah.
Will be like, you know, it's just in a different spot on that guitar. So it's strange.
That's what Berserkerland was saying. It's messed with my muscle memory for finger placement. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it will.
It will, man. It really will. It screws with you. That's why I literally am a one type of guitar person, because every time I grab a different guitar, I'm like, I'm in the wrong place. Especially when you play neck throughs, because it's an optical illusion that, you know, you're in a certain spot on the guitar, but when you have that heel joint and the neck ends here, now you feel like you're in a different spot than you really are, but you're really not. It's like this weird optical illusion. So that's why I like these guitars and I stick with them.
So I'm going to read Marty 5, and then we got a George on here that he wants to fight with you.
Oh, okay.
Marty 5 says, when you turn 50, you need to try the fan fret 7s. Better for the old arthritis.
Thank you. That's funny.
All right, George. He says, I have an HX Stomp, don't like the feel, and the only amp I like is the Badonk. The 5150 was a disappointment to him.
Ah, yeah. So he wants, okay.
Is the Badonk a real thing?
Mm-hmm.
Is it a Badonk-a-donk?
Badonk-a-donk. Yeah, it's a fat amp. That's why they called it the Badonk. It's a big, fat, kind of heavy amp. Okay, so...
Hi, Ben. I know you're not talking to us. You're talking to Blood Raina, but I haven't seen your name in forever.
Oh, what's up,
Ben? Hi, Ben Burnett.
What's going on, buddy?
By the way, there's been like 44, 43 people in here in the numbers.
Oh, awesome, guys. Thank you so much for being here, you know, especially for our show that went kaplooey on us 10 minutes before we went live. That literally is what happened before we went live with everything. So we were like, well, let's just make the best of it. So okay. Who was it that was saying?
George. Guitar 25.
Okay, so George, I totally can understand where you're coming from. Some of the older models in the Helix. Did he say Helix or HX Stomp?
He says, I have an HX Stomp,
okay. Don't
like the feel, and the only amp I like is the Badonk. The 5150 was a disappointment to me.
Okay. All right. Let me just say this. If you're used to amps and you're really used to how amps feel, there is a bit of a difference when you switch over into digital gear. The best thing that I can tell you is use the newer amps on the HX Stomp. What I've found, I mean, look, I have amps. Like I'm an amp freak. So, but what I can say is it literally is all about the overdrive pedal and the impulse response as well. So what I would suggest, I don't know if you've tried impulse responses, but get some good impulse responses, and that really does change the feel and the sound of the product big time, you know. So I would heavily suggest impulse responses and get a overdrive pedal. I use the Tone Sovereign. That's my favorite one in here. I use it with my amps and with the presets in here. And add a little gain to it. Don't do the typical thing with, you know how you have your typical overdrive pedal. What you do is, where is one? Oh, they're out of reach. But you'll have the volume all the way up. You'll have the gain all the way down and the tone in the middle. With a real overdrive pedal that has circuits in it that are pushing a real amp with tubes and circuits, that works. But in the digital realm, you're pushing an amp or even a digital amp with algorithms. It's a different kind of thing. So what you want to do is cheat and add a little gain to that pedal, and it kind of does mimic what the real pedal's doing without having gain in it, if that makes sense. So add a little gain. Like I got the gain at 2.5 on the Tone Sovereign pedal in here. Why? Because it actually makes it sound like a real overdrive pedal. So do that, add a little gain to your pedal, get good impulse responses, and I would suggest using like the newer amps, you know, like the Revs and stuff like that. I think they're going to sound better for you.
All right. Jay Croft missed when we were talking about the EVH up there. He says, when and where did you get the EVH on the top shelf?
Motor City Guitar called me, or Marty, the owner, he sent me a text today, and he's like, hey man, we just got a 100-watt stealth in today. You want to review it? I'm like, yeah. So Wednesday night, that bad boy is getting put through its paces. It's going to be sitting right here next to me. Well, actually, it's going to be sitting in your seat. Yeah, so it's going to be sitting where Carrie usually sits.
Marty 5, can you try to play one of your tracks with just the single Helix setup with the Rev Red channel? You can play most.
Sure, absolutely. Let me see what I got here. You guys get to see me sound check live. I mean, this is literally like what I have to do. I will turn off the delay though, because that's, you know what I'll do? I'll just turn it down a little bit. Mix is at 35%. We'll put it down to 25. All right, let me just play a couple riffs. I have to sound check, so you guys will see like literally what I go through every week. 1 second here. That's probably about right. Let's give it a shot. There you go.
Nice.
Not bad for a quick little last minute sound check. Let me do one more just for giggles.
All right.
All right, 1 second. I got a tune. Hang on. Yeah, not bad, man. I mean, not bad. And to George's point, like you know, when he had the question about how it feels and stuff, like literally, I've had the Helix since it came out, you know, and I've had my ups and downs with it, to be honest with you. And a lot of the downs were associated with me buying presets from people that don't know what they're doing, honestly. So let me just say that to you as well. Like, if you're buying presets from guys that don't play metal, but they're making metal presets, I'm just giving you as an example. They don't. It's like vegans cooking steaks for people. Like, it doesn't. They don't know what we like. They don't eat it, so they don't know how to season it properly. It's the same thing with this. Like, that's why I wouldn't make jazz presets. I don't play jazz. You know what I mean? You don't want one of my jazz. If I ever make a jazz preset and I'm selling it, don't buy it. It's going to sound like crap. It's a total cash grab. I'll probably name it the cash grab.
The cash grab.
Yeah, the cash grab preset, because it'll sound like crap. So,
George thanked you earlier before you started playing. He said, "Thanks, man. I'll try the overdrive pedal tip." And yes, I did try lots of IRs.
Oh, good.
Didn't he try yours?
Well, You know what?
What style of music? What style of music
Yeah,
do you
what
play,
style
George?
of music? That would help me, and then help you. I can help you, man. I'd be happy to, because I really do think it's a great product. I mean, I always prefer amps, and I have to be honest with you. I always will prefer a real amp over anything. But there's always times where you're like, I'm just doing this quick gig. We're flying. I can't bring an amp on a plane. They don't have the backline amp that I want. And you want to use something like this or something else that will, take care of the situation. And you want it to at least sound and feel right and be inspiring, and you're not going to be embarrassed to play it. There are ways to do that. Good IRs, dial it in right, pick a modern, one of the newer amps in here, and that overdrive trick should help you, because the thing is the thing a lot of people say about digital gear is it's the feel.
Yep.
They're not feeling that pick attack. They're not feeling the pick digging into the strings and that response and the bounciness and all that. I totally get it. That trick should at least help alleviate that somewhat. So.
He plays metal. George plays metal. With a smiley face. Happy metal.
Happy metal. Let me do this, George. Let me give you my email, because I want to help you out. Usually it pops up automatically. I don't know why it's not doing that.
Check the whole thing out. Tanner says the preset you just played sounds great.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. And Marty5 says, mustn't forget to remember to hit the like button.
Ah, yes.
Thanks for reminding everybody, Marty. You can X out of the live chat, go hit the like button, and then hit the live chat button and come right back in.
Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you, Marty. And thank you all for doing that. We appreciate it. It helps with the algorithm,
Yeah.
So I posted my email in there for you, George, and what I can do is send me kind of what you like, and I'll see if I can make a couple presets for you, because I literally just fired this up for the first time today, and I'm going to be putting stuff on Marketplace. So I'll send you some stuff, and let's just see,
See if it helps.
Yeah, see if it helps you out, because I've been using this stuff for a long time.
Yeah. Earlier, just 4 minutes ago, Rod ESP says, Carrie, hello. Jared, when do you think you'll try a wet-dry rig or even a wet-dry-wet? Question marks.
Boy, good question. One of these days, I think that's a really good question. One of these days, when I get some time, I can do that. Like, summers for me are really busy. So, like, I'm pretty tan right now, so when you see me not being so tan,
when he's pasty white.
I'm pasty white, that means I'm not working as much. That's when I got time to do stuff. So I'll see what I can do maybe this winter and some downtime. I'll see what I can come up with for you guys. Thank you.
You want to read some viewer comments?
Yeah, please.
All right, I'm going to start with the email that you got. He said, hey, Jared, have seen some of your videos in the past, but am now a new subscriber to your YouTube channel.
Thank you.
Watched the Kemper 5-point session. Could not agree with you more regarding profile makers. We're not going to name names, but let's see.
Well, he basically bought
he
basically bought some profiles that sounded way better on YouTube than they did when he got them.
Yes.
So.
And then he says he purchased your Mark V25 pack and has stated they are top-notch. Have not spent a lot of time with them, but the ones I tried rip.
Thank you.
He says he looks forward to diving in a bit more tonight. Would be cool if you could get your hands on some vintage or hard-to-get amps and get some packs out there as well. Was going to give you a plug in the Kemper forum as well, if that's okay. Look forward to more videos from your site.
Oh, I would very much appreciate that. Yeah. Thank you.
This is from Dave. I'm going to mispronounce his last name.
Let me finish on that one, though.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, that's who wrote this one.
Yeah.
Dave Simony?
Yeah.
From Buffalo, New York.
Oh, well, thanks, Dave. I appreciate that very much. And I worked really hard on that. That Kemper pack for the Mark V was like 2 days, because I did it with 2 different sets of mics, and then I had to do with my 2 notes, I had to do all the direct profiles on it, and those came out really good. And it's just I'm a nitpick when it comes to making Kemper profiles, man. I come down here and it has to sound exact, it has to feel right. I have to have that full rich tone. And the thing is I don't make profiles that are for studio engineers. I make them for the guitar players. So I don't suck the life out of them so that they sit in a mix really well. I keep all that stuff in there so that when you play them, all that reactive feel and all that stuff, the sustain, the fullness, the juiciness, all of it's all there. They're fat. My profiles are fat. They get fed Thanksgiving dinner and 2 dozen Krispy Kreme donuts before I send them out to you. I mean, they're fat as hell, and that's what I like, you know. And can you use them in a studio mix? Yeah, you just do what every studio engineer does. He does a high-low pass filter, a little pin drop at the 4K, and you're done.
Yeah.
It's simple, you know. So I hate mix-ready profiles because, again, for guitar players, they all suck. You do not want to play mix-ready profiles because they feel like crap and they sound thin and brash. But in a mix, they're great for studio engineers that are in studios turning knobs. You're not turning knobs, you're playing your guitar. So, and yeah, I did some videos about some of the, it was preset profile makers, all of it. That's why I do all my stuff live, because there's no way I can do post-processing. Mm-hmm. Like what you're hearing tonight out of this, there's no engineer sitting across the room from us, like, feverishly working on trying to fix it, make it all sound good. It's not there. This is real, you know, so, and I don't doctor my stuff up. I don't double track.
If we did have one, could we name him Sven?
Yes, we can. We can name him Sven. Is Sven here? Is Sven
No.
Oh, no. I haven't seen Sven
You
in a while.
Sven?
I haven't seen Sven in a while. I hope he's doing okay.
He popped in last week, but
Did he?
He was quiet.
Oh,
yeah.
Hi, Sven. I know you're probably out there. Miss seeing you in the chat, so say hello. But yeah, so I mean, there's just a lot of that out there where the stuff is like double tracked, triple tracked. There's all this EQ and enhancements on stuff. And it sucks because you buy it and you're like, oh man, what the hell, you know? So I try not to do that. I just try to, I don't do that, number one. Number two, I just try to make good profiles and good presets. And if they don't sound good, then it's back to the drawing board. I'm not going to try to fix them and trick everybody, you know? It's not what I do, you know?
Right. Let me check the live comments really quick and then I have another one. Nope. Okay. Let me boop out of there. Okay, so this next viewer comment, this was from your, where'd it go? It was from the KSR and the Stealth video that you did a couple days ago. Or was that yesterday that you released it?
The KSR it was the Stealth versus the EL34.
Stealth. Okay.
KSR versus Stealth is coming, though.
It was this one.
Yes, that's the EL34 versus Stealth.
There you go. How would you compare the Stealth to the MT-15? I think the way the clean channel and especially the dirt channel sound, you have the same amount of gain on tap. If you own an MT-15, would it make sense to purchase the Stealth? Wouldn't you basically have two amplifiers that achieve more or less same tones? How much headroom do you have for the cleans on the Stealth? Because on the MT-15, you basically can't break that up unless you pull the boost knob on the trub.
Great question. I don't think I saw that one yet.
Lots of questions. No, you haven't responded. Surprise!
Surprise! Yeah, I usually respond to everybody. So
it was just a day ago.
Oh, okay. Good question. I hope you're in the chat. I hope you're here. If you are, please sound off.
Adrian P.
Adrian P. Thank you very much. The gain structure difference between the Stealth and the MT-15 is quite a bit different, actually. There's more aggression on the Stealth. The MT-15 has more of a chocolatey kind of gain structure. It's just dark. It's a little darker, and it sounds amazing, you know, especially when you push it with an overdrive. But the top end of it isn't as I don't know. I try not to look for a derogatory word, but there's a bit of a bite. Yeah, it doesn't have as much bite on it as the Stealth does. The Stealth, the top end on it has more bite than the MT-15, and the gain structure it's got more gain. I mean, that amp is just an unbridled freaking fury. It's just a ridiculous amp. So I would say that if you bought both of them, you would probably like them the same, but for different reasons. You know, I would say go for it. I mean, I think the Stealth is definitely one of my best purchases. And honestly, all my amps are, because it's exactly what I was looking for when I bought it. You know, I mean, I've waited for the Stealth because I've tried the other amps that EVH makes, and I think they're all very good. But for my taste, the Stealth just works for me, and that amp is just killer. I think everyone should have it. And so far, everybody that's bought it, I get all the feedback because a lot of them buy them because they see it on the channel, and they message me and they're like, dude, this thing's everything you said it was. I mean, it is absolutely amazing. Did you see D? He went live with it today on Facebook. Yeah, he was just like, dude, I bought the Stealth and it's freaking amazing. It really is. It's a great amp. So, yeah, I would say get it.
Kryptron says, I have an EVH Stealth 50 on the way. I already own the EL34 regular model and an, is it LBX or IBX?
Lunchbox.
Oh, Lunchbox.
Yeah.
Thank you for these comparison videos, brother. Your time is appreciated.
Ah.
And that's in the live.
That's in the live chat. Okay, thank you.
I have a sneeze coming, just to warn you. You might want to mute the mic.
Do this. That usually takes care of it.
Tanner says, do you still have that Harley Benton 2x12?
Yes, it's upstairs in my living room. Yep, I haven't even plugged into it. I sold that one that I reviewed, and then I bought another one. So, and I haven't even plugged into it yet. It's up in my living room right now.
Yeah.
But yes, you are very welcome for the review or the shootouts and the reviews. I love doing it. It's fun. He said something else. I just want to make sure I wasn't omitting anything. The comment.
Oh, the live comment?
Yeah.
Let's see. I have an EVH Stealth 50 on the way. I already own the EL34 regular model and a Lunchbox. Thank you for the comparison videos. Your time is appreciated. Oh, yeah. Again, you're welcome, and thanks for the comment and the kind words. And congratulations on the Stealth. I think what you're going to find is you're going to love both the red channels on both of them. They're both freaking amazing. When I plugged into the red channel of the EL34 when I did the shootout, I was like, holy crap. I was like, oh man, this is great. Yeah. I enjoyed playing it very much. I thought the green channel was great. The blue channel, I mean, it could work, but it just has that a little bit of a flubbiness to it that just doesn't work for my style of playing. But when you plug into the blue channel on the Stealth, you're going to be like, there it is. That's what we've been waiting for all this freaking time, this blue channel, and it's perfect. The blue channel is freaking, and you can crank the gain all the way up on it, and it doesn't mush out. It doesn't get flubby or anything. It's all usable. So, all right. This is also, let's see, from that comparison, Gravel Rock's darker, smoother Stealth all the way. Jason Taylor says, love to see that you were really feeling it after jamming on the Sphinx with the Stealth. Your reaction says it all. Did you see that? I was down here. There was a couple of reasons. I was really Darren, Darren Moore. He was sitting over there on the couch, and because it was his EL34 we were shooting out, and I'm playing, and I was really having a good time, like listening to, because in my in-ears they sound fantastic, and I'm just like, oh my god, these amps sound so good, and for some reason, I could not play the Sphinx. No. I kept screwing up the second half of the solo, and so I totally botched it. And then every time I came up to that part after that, I overthunk it and like botched it every time. So I went back. I was like, let me come back to this. I got to clear my mind. So I played another song. And then I came back to it and nailed it. So that was the reaction that you saw. I was just like, yeah! I was like, I just want to get this done, So I finally nailed it, and it sounded amazing in my ears. Awesome. So it was like twofold, A lot of times I'm not watching. I'm listening while I'm working and dealing with life. Yeah, so you can see me in the bed. You can see before I did the fade out. I was like, yeah! Funny. So nice when you finally get to play something correctly, And that's literally how those shootouts go. Like, I'll just roll the tape and I'll play each song until I nail it. And then I'm like, okay, sometimes it's 8, sometimes it's 3, sometimes it's 1. But here's the thing, even if I get it on the first take, I'm always like, nah, I got to do another one because I probably screwed something up and didn't know. Because a lot of times you watch it afterwards and you're like, I can't believe I missed that note, or I missed, now I got to sit down and get back in the mode of playing again. So, yeah, it's hard, man. It really is. Iceman 7511, 4 days ago, he says, if you're going to be This was on our live stream last Sunday.
Oh, okay.
If you're going to be a turd, be a big stinky one.
A big stinky turd.
He said, wiser words have never been spoken. Awesome show with great content. I can rarely make the live stream, but watching these later is always lots of fun.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Thank you.
I agree about the slow being the grandfather of a lot of high gain designs, but it's hard to deny the bang for the buck of the EVH.
Yeah.
He said,
go ahead.
There's this much more.
Okay.
Unfortunately for the Soldano, the law of diminishing returns quickly comes into play compared to cheaper alternatives that offer more bells and whistles and honestly sound just as good or close enough. Anyways, great show, and you deserve more views and subs. And by the way, in an Arnold voice, don't be a little sissy girl. Bring back the fight night.
Fight night is coming back very soon. Thank you.
That's awesome.
Thank you so much, man.
Yep.
I appreciate it.
Iceman 7511.
Thanks, buddy. Really appreciate that very much.
Patrick Calusi says, killing your... I can't even talk. Killer playing as usual. Do you prefer the stealth or the KSR?
Oh.
You got to narrow it down. You're welcome.
Thank you very much for the compliment. And I'm mad at you for the question.
What do you like best about each of them?
Okay, I'll just put it to you this way. The KSR is fat. It's just a very fat, juicy amp.
You say that about a lot of them.
I know, but it is. It's a fat amp. The EVH Stealth does have a fatness to it as well.
The name Stealth does not make you think fat.
Yeah, it's very
stealthy.
Stealthy.
It's very stealthy.
Well, the reason why I call it stealth is it's blacked out. Excuse me. Sheesh. So if I want something super aggressive, I'm always going to go for the EVH stuff because it's probably the most aggressive amp that I own. But if I want fat and full and like just ridiculously, juicy and fat and all that stuff, I mean, the KSR is amazing too. I mean, honestly, I look at all my amps like this. It's kind of like you go to your favorite restaurant, like the Thai restaurant that we like. There's like 5 dishes there that I love. So I like them all the same, but depending on the mood that I'm in when I go in there to eat, it's like, well, am I going to have peanut curry? Oh, you're out of whiskey.
They noticed. Yeah. Brett Murphy's like, it looks like you need a refill. I'll drink his.
Yeah, she's good at that. So yeah, it just depends. Like there's several dishes there that I like, and I like them all the same. It depends on the mood that I'm in. So it really depends on the mood I'm in. Like when I get up in the morning and I have my coffee and I want to jam, and if I'm feeling the EVH that day, that's the one I'll play. If I'm feeling the Mark V, I'll play that. It really depends. I literally like them all the same. So it depends on the mood, what I'm in the mood for.
Let's see. Patrick, I'm going to slaughter your last name. Patrick Stafuric. You two make a good team reading questions and answering them. What's your system for streaming, mixing tracks with guitar, and responding to chat questions?
Oh, boy. Thank you.
Thank you.
This is in the chat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Live chat.
All right. So what's our system?
Yeah. What is your system for streaming, mixing tracks with guitar, and responding to chat questions?
Okay. So...
we're just in cahoots.
We're in cahoots, yeah.
That's all.
So a lot of times what we'll do is during like dinner or lunch, the day she gets here kind of early, so we'll just hang out and have some lunch, whatever. And I'll be like, well, let's do some viewer comments, and then she'll go through the last probably 3 or 4 episodes.
Pick
and
out
she'll
some standout ones.
Yeah. So while we're shoving food down our throats, she's like, well, what do you think of this one and that one? I'll be like, yeah, okay, let's do that. Even if it's controversial or people are like, even that disagree with me, I like those because it gives me a chance to kind of explain myself to people who probably also thought the same thing but just didn't ask. So I like that. I don't mind it at all. I'm not.
And some people are, not that they're afraid, but some people just want to be a fly on the wall.
Yeah.
And hear what they can hear and not ask questions. And it's really good for for those of you that do ask questions. You're asking things not only for yourself. So nothing is too stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Just ask it, because there has to be somebody out there that wants to know the same thing.
Yeah,
just do it.
Exactly. Seriously, like
And he's
don't
a
mind.
humble dude. He's not gonna step all over you,
No,
and he might make fun of you for just the fun of it.
Yeah, I'll pick on you, but it's all in fun because
Just.
we pick on each other all the time. But in the system, I don't know if he's asking like technical, like what's our system for, like okay, so the backing tracks. I go to a studio, I go in there, and myself and the studio engineer will arrange a song together, and I'll be like, well, I got these riffs, okay? I'll lay them down to a click, we'll program drums to them, we'll put bass there, and then we'll arrange how many times each thing does what, and then I got to take the tracks home on one mix, and then I'll put guitar there where I'm playing a solo.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Sorry.
You caught my yawnies.
Yeah, it's all on you. Making me yawn here. So, anyways,
That was a good one.
That was a good one. So I'll take the tracks home, and then I gotta literally learn how to play the song like tight, and then I gotta write a solo to it, and that takes sometimes weeks because I'm so busy. And then I use them for the show, and they're played through the iPad right out to you guys. And the streaming service that we use is OBS Studio. Yeah. So that's what we use. So I hope that helps.
And Jared sets aside time. He's the gear nut. I don't play guitar. I'm vocalist in the band, and so he responds to that. I mean, if they pertain to me, I do read the comments and stuff. So if they pertain to me, I'll respond or hit the little like thumbs up button or whatever. But Jared does all of the thinking. No, my part is a lot of behind the scenes. I just help keep it organized and, run through the steps of putting the show together and what's first and stuff like that.
Yep. So that's pretty much
funny.
what it is. Yeah. And farting.
Yeah. But we do make a good team. And if I could be here Wednesdays, I would love to.
It'd be fun.
I got kids that need things done.
Yeah, exactly. Otherwise, she'd be here.
Yeah, I do enjoy it. I do, and I feel like it helps with the flow. I watch on Wednesdays. I'm not always watching the chat because, like I said, I'm going about and doing life and stuff. But it does help you get to the questions and answer everybody and be able to respond. Because
a lot of times I'm playing and I can't see.
Or you'll get on a tear.
Yeah.
Just talking.
Yeah, this stuff will go right by me, and I'm just like, I probably missed 30 questions, and I always feel awful when I miss questions because I don't want people to think that I'm ignoring them or like, well, your question wasn't good enough to answer because I really don't think that at all. I mean, so the best way to get your question answered is to tag Tone Wars. That
if you
way
have
we'll
a specific,
see it. Yeah. Can't miss that.
Yeah, but we got a new super chat. Mike Jacobs, he says, I'm a little late in joining tonight. I have to catch up. Cheers, guys.
Oh, hey, Mike. Good to see you, man. It's been a bit since we've seen Mike, at least in the chat. He's probably been here, but we haven't seen him in the chat in a bit. So thank you. Good to see you here, man.
Blood Reina asked, have you tried any tube amp like the Angle with power scaling to play at low volume? I want a tube combo to plug and play at acceptable volume, but that sound good too.
Yes. I played, what did I play? I had an Engel Powerball here several months ago, and I liked it. I thought it was a cool amp. I really did. I don't remember attenuating it, but I remember just playing it and thought it was a really good amp. If you want something that's going to sound good at different volumes and you're looking for like budgety kind of stuff, the PRS is awesome. That's got a half power setting on it. It's a 15 watt, but I'm not kidding you. It thinks it's a 50 watt. This thing is loud as hell. It'll blow your head off. So
I really like that.
It's a great amp.
Yeah.
It's dark snarly chocolate, man. That's the sound.
That's it.
It really is. It's a great amp. So if you want something that's budget conscious, but it doesn't act like a budget conscious amp. I mean, because I just saw one at Motor City today. They had a used one there for like $500. Like, you can't go wrong with this amp. It really is a no-brainer amp.
Did you put your Motor City music link in the description?
I didn't.
You're gonna have to do that.
Yeah, I gotta do that. You know what I can do?
So if you use the Tone
Take a
Wars
second
link, then Motor City will track it.
Yeah.
And we've come to an agreement.
Yeah, so basically, Motor City Guitar is an amazing store. Okay, I'm going to post it in the chat right now.
Their employees are
Copy.
kind and helpful, and the owner is very generous as well.
Yeah, he's a great guy. He has it's a very community oriented store. Marty really does care about the people that come in there and when they want to buy things, and like they don't try to push stuff on you. They want you to walk out happy with or without your gear. You know what I mean? They want you to just leave the store happy, you know? And they have like everything. Yeah. They have so much stuff there. Every time you go in there, you're like, it's just wall to wall heaven.
So no matter what you need, even this, what's his name? Blood Raina. If you're buying your new strings, click on that Motor City Guitar link and you can get your strings right from there. They ship, I'm assuming they ship worldwide, but they definitely ship within the U.S.
Yeah, they like to ship within the U.S. I mean, worldwide, you want to talk to them about that. But if you're outside of Michigan and you buy from Motor City Guitar, no sales tax. So that's awesome. You know, they got a lot. They do. They have a lot of great stuff there. I mean, they got the EVH Stealth 100 watt. That literally just came in today, and if you want to buy it, they'll ship it to you, and I'll be demoing it on Wednesday, so I'll prove that it works.
Patrick Steffrex says, thanks for all your answers to my question. And did we answer them all? Is that what you were asking?
Yes.
I just want to make sure
you're welcome. You're welcome. I want to make sure, too, somebody asked also in one of the previous questions, can I get the Stealth clean channel to break up? I haven't tried to do that, but all I can say is the clean channel on the Stealth is money. It's just, it's awesome. So, I mean, I think it would take a lot to get it to break up, and, you know, I think it's a great channel. So, I mean, that's one of the things I really loved about that amp is all three channels are there's no compromise on any of them. They're all like exactly what you would want. So
Damien says, you should bring back Help, I Hate My Kemper. I have a love-hate relationship with my Kemper. I've been watching all of your Kemper videos. Your Kemper, they are a huge help.
Oh, thank you, man. Good to see you here. Yeah, I mean, we'd be happy to do that. You know, I wonder if I could do one that, you know what I should do is do one for me, because I've been through it. Like, I can do, I'm the contestant, like, Help, I Hate. And the thing is I can tell you, like, how to get around all that stuff. I mean, one of the biggest problems with the Kemper is the profiles. You know, it's only as good as the profiles that you play. Now, it allows for amazing profiles, and it profiles your amp exactly how you have it set up, as long as you know what you're doing. So really, look at it this way. If you have a profile in a Kemper, it's the same thing as having somebody set your amp up for you that you've never met. Okay, this person's never met you, but they set your amp up for you and dialed it in and said, here you go up on stage and play in front of all these people with this amp that I just dialed in for you. They know nothing about your taste, nothing about what you like or don't like, your pickups, your guitar, your playing, your abilities, your, you know, experience, anything. So all that's in play. So the problem with that is everybody's tastes are different, number one. And number two, I would say 70% of the profile makers out there are making profiles for studio engineers because they want to be on someone's album. Problem with that is, again, the profiles have the life sucked out of them so that they'll sit in a mix. You never want to play a mix-ready profile. They all sound like crap, and they feel even worse. In fact, our friends, Rob was here from Eva Under Fire, and he you know, they're recording in a major studio out in Vegas, and they're signed to a major label doing their thing, and you know, and they used Kemper profiles on their album for the reamping that they did, and he asked for the profiles on the album so they could stay consistent live with the album. Well, they didn't sound right to him. Now, on the album, they're perfect. They sound freaking amazing. I heard a couple of their mixes when he was here, and the album hasn't been released yet, but I was like, oh my God, that sounds good. But your hands aren't involved when you're in the studio. Just the ears are, and in a context of a mix. When you're playing guitar and practicing by yourself and your hands are involved and that specific mix isn't there anymore, that profile that worked in that mix is not going to work for you. So you need real profiles of real amps that are just real. There's nothing sucked out of them. They're just raw. Yeah. And I'm telling you, the profiles that I make are like that. They're just full, fat, responsive. All the stuff that you love, and even some of the stuff you don't like about your amp is in there. I don't take it out, because why? That's what amps are. Amps have that 4K section in there that every engineer pulls out. That's kind of an annoying frequency, but it's in the amp. Every time you play a real amp, it's there. Okay. Why would I want to take that out? You know?
Let's see. I'm not sure if these... I feel like they're talking amongst themselves, and so I'm not sure if they're applicable to what's been going on. Let's see, Brett Murphy, sure you could get it to break up, but with all the headroom, it would take ear bleeding volumes without using attenuation, of course.
Yeah, he's right. He's talking about making the EVH clean channel break up. Yeah, which, yeah, it wouldn't be worth, pushing it that hard.
Jay says sweepable attenuator is like a volume knob, not just the wattage switch.
Well, what I like about using my Helix 4-cable method is the master volume of the Helix becomes the master volume of the rig.
Yeah.
What's nice about that, you can crank the crap out of your amp and turn it down on the Helix, and it's kind of like a poor man's attenuator. Great.
Damien, would you use the internal green scream or use an external overdrive with Kemper?
I think the green scream is probably the best pedal that they have. So if you're not satisfied with that, I would use an external pedal. I prefer an external pedal, but I'm also okay with the green scream as well. If anybody has ever talked about like the weakness of Kemper, like the weakest link, it's the overdrive pedals, because it's the only one in there that I like, and it does work for me, but I would prefer an exterior overdrive pedal. Because see, the thing is with an overdrive pedal is that's your tone shaper. It really is your tone sculpting tool, and if your tone like I could any one of these amps here, they have amazing tone, but I want to sculpt it with my overdrive pedal, and when I do, that's when the amp comes to life for me, where I'm like, okay, now I love this thing. Before that, it's just this amp has a ton of potential. That's kind of how it is with me.
Patrick says, yes, I wanted to know how you planned your teamwork, and I wanted to know if you used OBS. I know that now.
Yeah, I'm glad I answered the way I did. Yeah. OBS Studios, it's a little twitchy, but it does work. And sometimes that's why we have issues going live, is every once in a while it's just like, I don't want to work. I ain't gonna do nothing tonight.
It becomes your child.
Yeah, it just turns into this bratty child. A
giant turd.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, that was a little turd.
Every once in a while, OBS does that to you, and you're just like, really? Like, sometimes I'll turn on the camera, and there's no camera. Remember that? And I'm just like, why can't we see ourselves?
And Jared loves it when electronics don't do what you tell them to do.
Yeah, exactly. I've broken many a thing.
So, it's like, you're not going to work? I'm going to make you not work.
Exactly. Like, if you're going to be broke, then let's just go ahead and...
We'll just fix you right up.
Exactly. I got something for you. We're going to go full office space in the fields on you right now.
Our teamwork, I don't think we could plan our teamwork. It just is.
It just is.
It just is. We've met so many years ago.
Yeah.
And in a different... Oh, my ears, the battery died in my ears.
Oh,
That's okay.
We finish each other's sandwiches.
Sandwiches! We met so many years ago in a separate cover band, right? And I don't know. Just clicked.
Yep.
Personalities clicked, and we like to make fun of each other. And
usually it's all on just making fun of me, but that's okay.
The only thing that's planned is what we're going to talk about, not what we're going to say.
Yeah, exactly. No, you're right. We just plan the topics, and then we just freaking go. And we've been on a lot of projects together too. Like we had that thing with the bridge where we interviewed bands and stuff, and we love doing that stuff. So it's just fun for us to do the behind the scenes and like be players and singers and, writers and performers too. It's just like we like the whole part of it, don't we?
Yes.
Like we do it all. And I love having this channel. I mean, I can't really tell you guys how much like we look forward to going live with you guys, and literally like when we see you guys here, I mean, we are just ecstatic. I mean, we're so grateful every time we see you guys here in the chat and like commenting, talking to each other, talking to us. I mean, all that stuff. I mean, we're so like honored to have you guys here. We really are, and we're very grateful. And it really
I almost
does
blocked
make our week.
somebody when I picked up
Oh,
my
really?
phone. I'm sorry. That's funny.
That would have been great. Well, so much for that one. No, but we really are. We're honored to have you guys here, and we know that there's all kinds of channels and all kinds of things that you guys could be doing with your time, and other things you could be watching or doing, and you choose to spend Sundays and Wednesdays with us, and honestly, we literally will never take that for granted. I mean, it's something that we cherish.
And beyond taking it for granted and being appreciative, it brings us out of moods too. There's been many, even today, a day where we're just off, or one of us is off and we're kind of grumpy, or I don't know, not even that, because we rarely are angry at each other, but it's just like you have off days where you don't feel right, your energy's low, you have a little green tummy or something, and so many times I'm like, I don't know if I should go on tonight, I'm just not feeling it, and I go on, and I get in here with you guys, and it's like you forget.
Yeah, you do.
And I feel better. I feel better. Happened today.
Yeah. You were having an off day today.
Yeah,
you were.
I was.
And you're feeling better now. I can tell.
Do.
Your whole countenance is different, and it literally is because of you guys. It really is. Like when you spend time with awesome people, it does help you. It does change your mood, and sometimes that's just what you need. And then you're just right as rain.
Dig in, right as rain.
Right as rain. Yep.
You just gotta dig in, and it's like it gets your mind off of whatever, and it becomes this distant thing in the back of your head. And
Yep, you guys are an awesome distraction from a lot of that stuff, and I hope that we are for you guys too. Like
absolutely.
literally, like I hope that like who was it? One of the guys from Ireland. I think it was last week. He had a rough day.
Yes, yeah. I don't think it was Ireland, but it was over there. It was across the pond.
Yeah, it was across the pond. I think it was Ireland or something.
Scotland. Oh, it was from Scotland.
Yes, it was a guy from Scotland.
From Scotland.
Yes, and he had a crappy day, and he was like, "Thank God you guys are on, so I can just forget about my day." And that made our day. We were just like, "Oh, wow, this is great."
Gravel Rock says it's the whiskey.
It's the whiskey.
Sometimes the whiskey can turn on you, though, and make it go the other way. That's why I had a little serving tonight. I was like, I don't know if it's going to turn on me tonight.
We might all have a bad night if I have too much.
Yes. Oh, funny.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right. So enough about us.
Enough about
our awesomeness.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Let's see. Let me get back to Damien. Okay, great. So I will use external. Jay Croft says, unfortunately, the green screen sounds like I'm playing Space Invaders right now.
Yeah, there was an update that made it sound funny, so some people were complaining about that. So, but yeah, I would suggest using external overdrive. I think that's always a better way to go. You get more texture. There's just a texture thing with external overdrives. You just get more. It's just a better grainy top end that everybody likes. So,
Blood Raina says that's very interesting. The 4 cables could take that beast of 100 watt to a bedroom volume? ?
Yes, it can. Literally, like this thing right here, it has a master volume on it. Hopefully, I didn't screw it up. Yeah, so it has a master volume on it, and if I run that 100 watt Stealth through this little HX Stomp right here, it'll switch the channels on it and add effects before and after the amp, and it'll also attenuate, technically, but not technically, attenuate it. So I can crank the volume of that amplifier up to, I can put it right at noon, and then I can attenuate it down with the master volume on this right here, and have bedroom volume or TV volume sound with volume, but still have that.
He said, "Wow."
That awesome ampy kind of, because you want to drive your amps. That's what makes them sound amazing. So yeah, you get all that. So definitely, I'm telling you, like the power of like a HX Stomp or a HX Effects or a Helix or whatever, when you use it with an amp, that's really when those products shine. That's really when you learn how to appreciate those products more. Do the amp models in them sound good? Yeah, they're good. They're good. But if you really want that thing to shine, it's almost like, yeah, that plane will go really fast down the runway, but when you pull up on it, and that's when it flies. And that's literally when these things fly, is when you hook it up to an amp, control an amp, add effects to it, attenuate the amps, change channels, do all the routing, switching, all that stuff. That's when you're like, who knew? Like it's like a whole nother dimension with your gear. And I swear by these products when it comes to 4-cable method. I love them. They really do really well. I mean, John, our bass player, he was over the other night for band practice when we had that canceled studio session.
Yeah.
He's like, dude, can I run through your HX effects again? I'm like, yeah, sure. So we plugged it into his amp. Literally, I spent like less than 5 minutes dialing in 3 effects for him. And at the end of the session, he was like, I'm buying one. He goes, holy crap, is this thing amazing?
There were some beautiful, beautiful tones coming
He brought
out
tears
of
to
there.
her eyes on one of the songs that we were
playing.
playing.
Both of you together.
Yeah,
it was the combination.
Still, but but it was an awesome solo section we were doing on this one song, and John was totally.
They clicked.
Yeah.
He got it. We've only been practicing for a short while with this guy, and what we've been doing has been great. It's working well. Our personalities are fitting well, and so we have this original tune. You guys have heard a little bit of it here on the channel, but we're turning it into a full song. Yeah. And he locked in. He locked in underneath Jared's solo.
Yeah,
and
it was beautiful.
It was so gorgeous, you guys. It brought tears to my eyes. I'm going to cry again thinking about it. It was a really special moment. It was the moment, like, you've got this, but you locked in, and it was magic. It was
good.
Beautiful.
Yeah. It was, and
it was a really good moment.
Look, it's getting to her already. But really, and a lot of that had to do with, obviously John's playing and his writing style, because he's not your typical bass player. He's not Captain Kick Drum, just follow that. He was actually doing harmonics and different little melodic things, but he was doing
you too? Are you
a little bit. No, it was a great moment. It really was
a great moment.
Yeah, and so a lot of that had to do with the effects on the HX effects that he had hooked up to his bass amp. He was using chorus, a little bit of delay, and I think I had a compressor on there for him as well to kind of make the bass bark a little bit. And man, I'm telling you, the stuff he was doing underneath my guitar solo was it was like if a bass could play symphony, that's what he was doing. And he was literally after that session, he goes, I'm buying this thing. He goes, oh my God, is this thing amazing? I could do all these different things now, and I would have never thought of being able to do that stuff before, and it just opened up all this stuff for him. So, again, the stuff that Line 6 is making to pair with your amps is it's easy to use, it's fun to use, and the sounds are there, the effects and all the routing and switching and all that's there. And I'm telling you, man, there's nothing better than when you hook up. When I got my Stealth and I hooked it up to my HX effects and I programmed it to switch the channels and then all the effects associated with each channel switch and all that. And all of a sudden you hit the button and the channel switches. And then you hit it and you switch to another one. And you're just like, oh my God, this is amazing. I'm controlling this big heavy amp with this little digital product. And it's switching all the things, and that's when you realize I can do all these things now. Because before that, what happens with a lot of guitar players oh, I don't need all that stuff. It's no, what you're really saying is it's too much trouble.
Yeah.
It's too much trouble. I don't want to be out there tap dancing all night. Well, with these products and you hook them up to your amp, you can put your tap dancing shoes away. You don't need them. You don't have to be Sammy Davis Jr. out there tap dancing. You can literally...
Although that would be fun to watch.
Oh, that would be fun to watch, yeah. But you can hit one button and 68 things happen like that. And it's seamless. You don't hear the click. You don't hear the switch. You don't hear anything. There's no gap. It's just 68 things just happened. and your amp switch channels. And it's freaking like, oh my God, like all this stuff came to life. So I'm just telling you, like, if you really want to see these products shine, use them with your amps, and you're going to be shocked at how good they are.
Sean Casey says, you have great chemistry, and it shows. Thank you.
Thank you. You should see us afterwards. We're upstairs going, I can't believe you treated me like that.
Stop. We are not.
No, we're usually like, what are we going to eat?
I know. I checked while you were on a tear a minute ago. I checked to see if that Chinese restaurant was still open because I want some pad thai.
Oh, you want the pad thai?
I want the leftovers for lunch tomorrow.
Are they still open?
No, they close at 9. 3 minutes.
We're like foodies, man. Both of us. We're all into the food, man. Yeah. We don't care. Seriously, every time after the show's over,
leave it to me. I'm sitting here talking about whatever, answering questions. I'm like, I wonder if there are Chinese foods available.
That's us, literally. Like every time. It's all about the food with us, man. Every time we do a show, she's the first one. She's like, well, there's 5 restaurants near this place that we're playing tonight. Which one do you think we should go to? And I'm like, but I'm good with it because I'm the same way.
It was funny because when we first started playing in a band, he was Mr. Subway. Yeah. Like, we'll just grab Subway really quick. And I'm like,
Subway?
We're going to be here for 6 hours. I don't want to eat Subway. So we just...
Because I'm a contractor, so what do? I drive around and go to Subway, get my sub.
And I'm gluten-free, so none of the good stuff at Subway is edible for me. I can't have salads.
So next thing you know, we got to go to these like freaking crazy 5-star Chef Gordon Ramsay restaurants.
They're not. We just do like... Well, Thai food and Indian food, and we found a lot of great places.
We love it, though. Remember that dessert we discovered? That rice...
mango... It's a Thai dessert, right?
Yeah, if you ever go to a Thai restaurant, get the sticky rice dessert. It's a sticky rice with a coconut milk sauce with sliced mangoes on it.
Lord have mercy. It's like kind of like a bread pudding with the mango. I mean, it's rice, but it has like the sweet bread pudding texture, yummy warmness
it's so good.
Mangoes. Oh, Lord.
Are they open? Is that place open?
Yeah. No. All right, we got to get back. Stop talking about food. Okay, Blood Raina says, you've changed my wish list on Thomann, Thome.
Oh, Thomann, yeah. Oh, for the effects unit?
Maybe.
Oh, probably. Yeah, I'm telling you, dude, like, if you get, like, so it just depends. So, like, here you have 3 switches, okay? So if you need more than that, get the HX effects and run your amp with that if you want more. They're both really good. I think this is amazing, and if I think it'll work your amp just right. I mean, it'll work it really well. You're not going to be any issues with it at all. And all the effects there, I mean, it's just freaking killer, man. It really is.
Brett Murphy says, I've been using my Helix in front of my bass amp for my new project that I play bass in. It's a game changer.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, and let me just say this too. Excuse me. A lot of times, like I said, I referred to earlier, a lot of people are like, I don't need all that. Well, again, a lot of it's based on I would never spend that much money on that many pedals, and I would never arrange things and reset my pedal board a certain way. Well, with the Helix, HX Effects, HX Stomp, all that stuff, you don't have to. You buy the product and all the effects are in there. Like, I'll give you a quick, for instance. I use 2 flanger pedals, okay, on all of my presets. I have one before the amp and one after. And depending on where you put a flanger, it sounds completely different. In front of the amp, it's very dark and throaty and kind of snarly, and it's got this really nice dark swirl to it. After an amp, it's very washy. And in the effects loop, it's very washy, and it gives you that flying high again kind of sound, if you guys know what I'm talking about. So most people aren't going to buy 2 flangers, though. It's like $300 for 2 of them, and put one before and one after, and not for a song or 2. Well, with these products, you already bought the product. The flangers are in there. So now you could just put one before and after, and it doesn't cost you anything. And it's just super easy to do, So, it's all that stuff. So when I hear people say, well, that's not worth it, or I don't need all that, it's always interpreted to me as, well, I mean, I'm not going to spend that kind of money or do
Yeah.
all that work arranging something. But again, with this, you don't have to worry about it. It's all there.
Yep. Let's see, I gotta scroll up a little bit again. So Blood Reina says, so if I get an amp and a cab, use the Stomp Helix and the effects loops, and I can get any volume.
Yeah. Yes. You run it 4-cable method, and the master volume becomes it's the Helix or the Stomp, because again, when you route through here, this is your main volume, because you're not plugging your guitar into your amp, you're plugging it into here. So your guitar goes in here first, and then there's there's 3 cables that go in and out of your amp, the effects loops and everything. Yeah. So this literally does become your master volume. If you turn your amp up, yeah, it goes up too, but you can attenuate here. So you just so you can turn your amp up. Like typically down here, I have my amps cranked. I mean, where's my okay, look at this. I just did this the other day. Look at how high my volume is.
Yeah.
This is the EVH Stealth 50
it's,
watt.
At 11.
Yeah, it's at 11 o'clock, which normally is blowing your head off. But because I ran it in 4-cable method, I can do that.
No,
because
I was trying to be
attenuate.
funny because it stops at 10.
Oh, it is 11 o'clock though. It literally is at 11 o'clock. So, yeah. So that's basically what it is. You know, and I attenuated with my Helix. So
yeah.
it really does work.
Blood Reina went on and said that information is classified and top secret. I watch all the channels and haven't found it till now.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's amazing, man. Yeah, I'm glad you could find that here. I'm kind of detail oriented though. I can be a little long-winded sometimes, but I want you to get your information.
Christopher, thank you for the super chat. He says,
thanks, man.
now I'm craving Chinese food and looking up takeout as well. Too lazy to cook tonight.
I don't blame you, man.
Jay said it's a bummer that sushi place by us closed. Oh, a huge bummer. Last summer, we ate so much sushi.
I was there 3 days a week. Yeah. And she knew my name.
The girl there.
Yeah. Every time I called her, I'm like, yeah, I want the Hawaiian roll. She goes, is this Jared? I'm like, yeah. She's like, okay.
You kept them open single-handedly.
Yeah. And dude, their sushi, I'm not kidding. I'm trying to find something to show them how big the sushi is.
My cup.
It was bigger than that. I mean, the sushi
huge.
Rolls were like this. Yeah, probably a little bigger than that. Yeah, it was that big, because usually when you get sushi, it's like these little,
little boop.
Yeah, these were twice the size.
You know how you're supposed to eat it all in one bite. Yeah, it was super hard to fit there.
It's three bite susushi. Is
no,
what it was.
2 for me, but
okay.
3 for you.
Yeah.
He eats like a little press. He does. He'll like cut his pizza with a fork.
Okay, savage.
I am. Somebody asked. I know we went over our musical influences last week. Yeah. Damien asked again, and I'm super proud of myself because I made my list. I did, so I'm just gonna go over it super fast.
Do it.
Because I'm super proud of making my list. So, Damien, just for you. I love Within Temptation, the European band. Absolutely. And the other one that I was trying to think of last week is called Delane.
Yes.
Delane. She's got red hair. I forgot her name. But absolutely beautiful. Love the energy. I love Camelot. But from the 90s, Garbage, Shirley Manson. I have a special liking for her because she has a mid-rangey voice. And I thought that The World Is Not Enough, the James Bond song that they did, was so inspiring. Pat Benatar, how could I forget her? Whitney Houston, I know, seems crazy, but you gotta know my history. Celine Dion, and then my first, metal kind of, when I came out from underneath my parents' rock that I lived under, or the cave that I lived in for a while, I loved Alice Cooper. And then the embarrassing, guilty pleasures. Firehouse and Scorpions.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's what I wrote. You're welcome to answer as well, but.
Influences. I mean, Dream Theater's a big one.
Sure.
Rush. Let's see. Circus Maximus. Pagan's Mind. And then like from the 80s, just for like fun references that are
Sure.
just in my DNA
Yes.
because I grew up then. I'm going to say Night Ranger. Loved Brad Gillis. He's the reason why I played Floating Trams, because he had all the crazy whammy bar tricks. So Steve Vai, I loved a lot of Yngwie stuff back then. And I enjoyed that stuff. Like Odyssey was like one of his best albums ever with Joe Lynn Turner. I thought that was freaking amazing. I honestly, I think his guitar tone has declined since then. I think it's gotten just worse and worse. That was his best guitar tone, if you ask me. And like, you know, the typical stuff: Scorpions, Rat. I mean, freaking Van Halen. I mean, Deep Purple. Like all that stuff. It's all in my DNA, you know. But the main stuff, the Truch is my dude. I love John Petrucci. I just think he's just one of the best all-around guitar players, and he's an amazing guy. He's just really cool. You know, he's very humble and just...
Frank Rashad joined us. Hey, man.
Oh, hey, Frank. What's happening? Good to see you here. Hey, Frank. I dialed this thing in for the first time today, and I got a pretty good tone out of it live.
Live on the show.
It just worked. So, it was kind of cool how easy that was.
Gravel Rocks, would I be able to hook it up to my dual rec Roadster? It does not have MIDI.
I believe so. I believe you can. If you're talking about the HX effects and the HX, like the Helix and stuff like that, there is an amp control out on there. Now, here's the thing. Quick disclaimer with the amp control out. It can switch channels. Like I programmed it to switch channels on my KSR, but there's a hum because there's voltage that's sent out to them. Some amps don't like that voltage. Some amps it's fine with the Mesa stuff. So far, the voltage is fine because I literally control my Mark V with my HX effects amp control out, and there's no hum, no issue at all. So it depends on the amp. There are ways around it. You can get a digital converter. It's I forget the name of it, but Voodoo Labs makes it, and it takes MIDI and converts it to 1/4 inch. And you can find the controls that will do it, and it'll work. And that's what I did with my PRS MT15. It works perfect with that.
Great. I skipped this comment earlier because we were on a tear about something else, but Brad Chimke says, "Oh geez, guys, don't cry." He said, "I love my HXFX though, but I would still love to see Dr. Chugs do the river dance." I would like to see that as well.
That wouldn't be pretty. Good to see you here, man. You got to come over and check out. Maybe this week we'll get together so you can check out the Stealth, dude. I've been so busy, but yeah, well, this week we'll hook up. Just get a hold of me.
Frank said that's correct. So whatever you said, he said is right.
Yes. So like there's ways around it, and the converter from Voodoo Lab is it's 100-ish, a little under, maybe a little over, and it's worth it because you'll use it with all your amps. But there's always ways around things, so you just got to watch out for the amp hum. Like I said, it controls my KSR, but there's a little bit of like a hum, but that's not a problem with the HX effects or anything like that. It's mainly just some amps just don't like that voltage. My PRS MT15 was the same way, and like I said, for that you just use a converter and it fixes all that. So, but I think with the Mesa stuff, their amps are designed to use a 1/4 inch controller, and I've used a Roadster before, and if I remember correctly, it shouldn't be an issue. So double check that, but I think it should be fine.
Frank says the KSR is killer.
Oh yeah, thank you, dude. That amp, oh yeah, and I will be doing a shootout with the KSR and EVH. Now here's the thing I'm going to do too. Here's some fun stuff I got coming up for you guys. I'm going to do dual amp recordings versus same amp recordings. So I'm going to take like the Stealth, and I'll double track with it and say, all right, here's a song, double track with the Stealth. But then I'm going to take one of those tracks, delete it, and replace it with maybe a KSR.
Cool.
So now you have dual amp recordings, and see if that's better.
If it makes it fuller, more depth. Yeah.
My guess, makes it better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it makes it better because you have 2 amps with 2 different frequencies.
Well, yeah.
And they're filling the frequencies that the other amp doesn't have.
Kind of like having 2 singers harmonizing with each
yeah,
other.
Yeah, different voices. It just thickens things up and just, there's just things that happen, So I want to do some stuff like that for people to hear.
All right. We're caught up.
Ozzy versus Arnold.
You didn't try your Ozzy impression, did you?
Yeah, I've been busy.
That's his standard answer this year. I hear it so often. I'm like, stop it. Just stop.
Yeah, I'm
busy.
either busy or chasing butterflies. I mean, it's just one of those things, It's
at least you know yourself.
Yeah, I know myself, But yeah, I should play a little for Frank while he's here, right?
There you go.
So I'll crank up this. I got a little delay on here.
I can't hear him. My ears are dead. Brad Shimke. What? Carrie, no architects yet. Sam Carter is an amazing vocalist who can do what is called the fry scream, which is being able to scream in key. Not many vocalists can pull it off.
Ooh.
Didn't I do that once at practice this week? No, it was last Monday. And it was at the end of practice. My voice was fried.
Oh,
and I hit that big note with some gravel, and you were like,
yeah!
Well, I've heard the vocal fry is something that's super cool. Yeah.
It sure is, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me play a little for Frank here. Let me mute the mic.
You got it.
There, I wanted Uncle Frank to hear what I did with the rev just out of the box here. So, yeah, that's how good this sounds. I mean, it's just 5 minutes of dialing in, done. So, yep, good IRs. If you use that trick I told you guys about with the overdrive, I mean, you're gonna get there. It'll get you a lot further along.
Frank said it was fantastic.
Well, thank you, sir. But if you really want to see this thing shine, hook it up to your amp, switch. There's nothing more satisfying. Well, I'm probably exaggerating, but there's some things that are probably a little more satisfying than this. But what I will say is it is very satisfying when you hit a button on this and you see your amp switch channels, and then all these effects turn on or off or change because of snapshots. Not only do your effects turn on and off, but you can actually have effects stay on and change. Like you can have more delay, more chorus, less chorus.
Where are you looking?
I'm looking over at the light here. Yeah. I'm just looking around the room. I mean, you get all this stuff that just turns on or changes into other things while you're hitting these buttons, and it's seamless, and it's just so fast how it happens, and it's just amazing. I mean, snapshots. I really think that snapshots is the best feature on the Helix and all these, these Line 6 products. I think the snapshots feature is amazing. I really do.
You're such a goober.
I know. What are you looking at? I don't know.
You're looking off here. I keep thinking you're looking at the camera. And then I look at the screen and you're like talking over here. I'm like, what? Are you talking? Do you see something I don't see?
Yeah. I see people.
Yeah. Oh, it's a bummer.
Oh my God. Oh man.
All
64
right.
of them at once, Frank says. So yeah, 64 things happen at
Not
the push
68,
of a button.
64.
Yeah. I was saying 68 earlier, so it's 64. I gotta remember that. Commodore 64. That's
64.
how I remember it. Yeah. Yeah, 64 things happen all at once when you hit that button. So, I mean, that's just such a cool thing. It really is, So anyways, well...
You look like you're crashing.
Yeah, it's 9:15.
Yep.
We've been on for 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Wow, this is awesome. So we have to get some food.
Yay!
It's time for food. So Well, again, guys, thank you so much for being here. Tune in Wednesday night at 8 because I'm going to have the HX Stomp hooked up 4-cable method with that right there.
That.
Yeah, the giant 100-watt stealth behind me. And this little guy is going to sheepdog that thing. It's going to control it. It's going to add effects. It's going to do all that kind of stuff. And it's going to be a lot of fun working with it. So I can't wait to make that happen. And if I do have time, I'll hook both the 50-watt stealth and the 100-watt up so we can see if there's actually a sonic difference between the two.
Yeah. Fun.
Maybe that'll solve the whole 100-watt versus 50-watt thing where people
Can you
are like,
do the on-off, the AB?
Yeah, with the head track. Yep.
Awesome.
It's a billion cables to make it happen, but I'll see what I can do.
Well, thanks again for tuning in, guys. Yeah. It's awesome to see. We had like 40-ish people for
the whole time.
2 hours and 15 minutes. It's great.
Guys, thank you so much. We really appreciate it very much. And again, like there's so many other things you guys could be doing with your time, and we're honored that you chose to spend it with us. So thank you so much. And I will look forward to seeing you guys on Wednesday night at 8. And Carrie will join me again next Sunday. And every day's a gift, and we really appreciate that you spent part of yours with us. So we gonna get some food, and we're gonna get our grub on. So
good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.